I'm creating this video to show you how to create graded quizzes in Poll Everywhere. The first thing you need to do is go to a web browser and navigate to Poll Everywhere and log on from a web browser using your UCR credentials. By doing so, you will have access as a faculty member to the enterprise version of UCR's Poll Everywhere, which is what you're going to need to follow along in this tutorial. If you're a staff member, just contact IT and I'm sure they'll be glad to hook you up with an enterprise version of Poll Everywhere. To check what version you're on, come down here to the profile button and click that, and then you can scroll to the bottom and you can see here the account information, and on mine it says here you are an FTE university-wide plan. You are a presenter in UCR Riverside's account. So that's what you want. Then we're going to scroll back up, talk about this here for a minute. This is your username. When I first logged in here, it had my first and last name and a bunch of numbers, but I did change it because I wanted something simple so that anybody that was logging in to take my quiz or poll didn't have to enter a bunch of characters in. So you just put that in, select change, and come down here and click save. The next thing we want to check are the activity settings. All of these settings in here will become the default for any quiz or poll that you create, and most of these are self-explanatory, but the one we're concerned with for this tutorial is who can participate, and you want to click here restrict to registered participants only. This is because we're creating a graded quiz and we need to tag the results to individuals. Once you've done that, we're going to want to start importing some participants. So come over here to the Participants tab and click on that. And this page comes up and you can see that I've already added participants in my account. But if you want to do it, you can click up here into Add Participants, select Import. And the first thing you see here, start a new participant import batch. You're going to want to download this CSV import spreadsheet. And what that looks like is this. And you can see here, the only thing you really need to put in is the emails, then the first name, and the last name. And then once you've done that and saved it, you come back over here to your Poll Everywhere account, choose the file here, and then you can email login instruction to participants, and you can click this, and you can put these students into groups. If you haven't already created a group, you can create one down here. I like to put them in groups, so I'll put it in this one. And then when you click continue, it will see the participants in your Excel file, and then it will ask you, do you want to import these participants? You say yes, and then you'll see them in here. When a participant tries to take your quiz, if they haven't registered their account with you yet, they'll get a message that looks like this. And it says here, register for credit. To receive credit for responses given to Guy S., you must register with the presenter. Click register below. Once they click register and register with you, they'll be able to take the quiz, and you'll be able to grade them later, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So I'm going to go back to Poll Everywhere. Now that you've imported your participants, you're going to want to create your activity. You come over here to the Activities tab, and you can see that I've already created 3 different quizzes in here. I know some of you already have quizzes, and that's fine. You can use those. I like to put my quiz questions in the folder. So if you click, I'm going to click on this one, version 002, and you can see the goofy little questions that I have here, and just for the purpose of this tutorial. And if I click on the first one, it comes up like this, and you can see here, you can, on the right hand side, you can select how you want people to respond. On this one right now, I just have it at through a web browser. If they type this name into a web browser and they're registered, if not, they'll be asked to register, and then they'll be able to take the quiz. You can click on text messaging if you want them to use their phones, and then you can see that information for cell phone usage pops up here. I'm going to close this out. And then you can see audience restriction here. It says restrict to registered participants only with their registered name and email. So we've already gone over that, and we've selected that as a default over here in our profile menu. And then you can change some of these other settings if you want, how many times you want them to, if you allow changes to the answer or not, different things like that, you can change that. However, now we're on, this is the first question. You're ready to present the quiz. You click activate. Now the quiz is active, and you go into present mode. Once in present mode, they'll see this on a screen or the overhead, and they'll be able to join here by the web. They type this in a web browser. This will pop up, or they'll have to register. And once they do that, you can come down here and you can cycle through the questions. If you have instructions on, all they'll see is the question. And that's where you want to be. If you have responses on, you'll be able to see that other people's responses, and the students will be able to see this too. So you really want to just have instructions on. And also, if you have correctness on, you'll be able to see, and they'll be able to see what the correct answer is. So on the first run of the quiz, you might want to just put on instructions, and then this is all they see, and they start to answer, and you'll be able to see over here how many students have answered, and if it's time to switch to the next question, or you can simply ask them to. So then you can start cycling through the questions and allowing them to answer. You're watching the count up here, or you're talking to them, however it goes, and you cycle through until you have 10. And then when you're done, you click exit. Now we're back here. Now you're probably going to want to check the grades. So to do that, come over here to reports. Click on reports. You're going to want to create a report. Click Gradebook, click Continue, come up to My Activities, find the quiz that you just gave. Here's the quiz you just gave. Click here so it selects all the questions, and click Create a Report. Now, it comes over to this window, and you'll be able to see the student here. You'll be able to see that she got 100%. At 100% participation, she answered all the questions. If any of these were incorrect, of course, they would be marked incorrect, and that would affect the grade over here. If you want to download this report so that you can enter the information into Canvas or any MLS you're using, select Download, and you'll see you can title the gradebook any way you want, and it will download a CSV Excel file, which looks like this. And you can see here, here's the first name of the student, the last name. There's the email. They were ranked number 1. Now, we only had one person taking this quiz, but if there was 10, they would be ranked here. She got 100% participation. She participated in all the questions. She got 10 out of 10. And here's her answer. 1 plus 6 is 7. And 10 plus 20 is 30. So all this information is available to you. And that's basically it for creating graded quizzes in Poll Everywhere. If you have questions or need help with any of this, I'm going to flash my email here up on the screen. Please reach out. I'd be happy to help you. Hope this helps.